What's going on, YouTubers? I got a super awesome one for you here today. This one is Joseph's tomb, or at least what I believe could have been Joseph's tomb. It's still a mystery, and I'm not going to speak with absolute certainty because really only God knows. But it is a very interesting find. Archaeologists like to call this tomb the Avaris Statue. It's a statue that was found in a small pyramid in northern Egypt, the location of Avaris, the Nile Delta region of Egypt. It is likely from around 1700 BC, somewhere in that region. And it depicts a ruler, a foreign ruler over Egypt, with yellow skin and red hair and a coat of many colors. That's why a lot of early biblical archaeologists thought that this was Joseph's tomb, because it matched. Usually, yellow was the skin tone because it was painted, this statue inside this tomb, that the ruler was sitting down with the throw stick, which was a significance of rulership or, sovereignty. It was smashed up too. Like when they found it, the face was definitely like defaced and deliberately smashed by someone after the time of its creation. And, this statue is not open to the public. It's in the Grand Egyptian Museum in Cairo. And when I first found out about this statue, and not just the statue, but the tomb itself, with no bones in it, I will add, no human remains, which is significant, I heard about it from my professor, Dr. Aling at Northwestern University. He studied Egyptian hieroglyphics and actually taught it at the University of Minnesota. This guy named Mahoney did a documentary on it called Patterns of Evidence. And he interviewed my professor, Dr. Aling. He was my professor for the history of the Christian church up at Northwestern. He did an interview with Dr. Aling and put it on his video, Patterns of Evidence. And, it's a very fascinating find. Like, in the Bible, it describes that God wanted the Jews, when they were delivered from Egypt, to bring Joseph's bones back to Israel to be buried. And the fact that this tomb, made for a ruler, a foreign ruler over Egypt, with a pyramid, which is a significant thing to the Egyptians, it's a sign of honor, had no bones in it, definitely, to me, makes it seem like it is the tomb of Joseph. The Bible talks about how the Jews lived in the land of Goshen before they were slaves. Obviously, when Pharaoh had favor with Joseph, he had favor with Joseph's family, and they were shepherds, and the land of Goshen was a place where shepherding peoples, Semitic peoples, could grow a great flock. And obviously, that troop of, I think, around 200 people that came from the land of Israel to Egypt during the time of Joseph's reign and during the time of famine grew into a great multitude of people hundreds of years later. The Jews were eventually delivered out of Egypt by great power and signs and wonders at the hand of God and the hand of his servant Moses. And they did bring Joseph's bones back to the land of Israel. It's a very fascinating find. It was discovered in the 1980s by Manfred Biotok, an Austrian archaeologist. It was specifically discovered around 1986, and the excavation kind of finished up in 1988. So it is a very fascinating find. And you guys know, the Jews have been around for a long time. They're a very powerful people. They're a very rich people. Some of them still keep the faith, the Orthodox faith. Orthodox Jews are very influential in the world. And I think some of the Jews here in America have done some great things. Like, I loved the DreamWorks movies growing up. The story of Joseph and also the story of Moses by DreamWorks. They were wonderful creations. I hope the Jews come to faith in Jesus Christ, the Messiah, because I see correlations in the Old Testament to the New Testament. Just like Joseph's bones, Jews, listen up. Just like Joseph's bones were not in his grave, Jesus' bones were not in his grave. He rose from the dead. and you must believe to be saved and to enter the kingdom of the great God of your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jesus is the way, the Christ, and Joseph, the great ruler, and the sovereign story prefigures that. Thank you.